toughest strongman in history, right here.
It's not a beauty contest. This is Strongman. You have to be alive if you can't do that thing. And away we go!
Hello and welcome to the Giants Live podcast. We are going to be talking about the World Tour Finals in Glasgow. Obviously joined by Mr. Darren Sadler as always, and we are lucky to be joined by Big Loz official himself, Mr. Laurence Shahlaei.
Don't know about lucky, but thank you. It's good to be up here and with you guys.
Good to have you here, mate. Obviously a fountain of knowledge when it comes to strongman, so an ideal person to get on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's the last Giants Live of the year. Exciting to... Well, it's been a great year, hasn't it? I mean,
it's been an exciting year, yeah. Obviously, nice to have you here as well. And I know you've got sort of vested interest in this next show. You've got a couple of your guys that you coach competing in there. Is it two guys you've got?
I've got three guys in there, yeah. So,
who have you got in there then?
I got Jack Osborne's coming up for the log, and he's been looking really good. That's why I'm here. We wanted to get him up to have a familiarisation session on the log. Really glad he got the chance to come up. He's looking strong.
Looks so strong.
Really strong. Yeah. He's not that well known in strongman, and he's still got a few areas he needs to improve in terms of all-round performance. But he has certain areas he's really world class. And you put him in a log lineup, I would be picking him to be like top 2, top 3 in almost any lineup. And I think he's got a shot at the British.
I mean, we can certainly say what's happened today. Like, he's just done a log on the Slater log, and he's literally just speed rep to 210. Yeah. We all just watched it, so it's like. That is a great way to end his training programme.
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect. If you think last year at the Giants Live Log Lift World Championships, you had 3 athletes that did 210 or more. One being Ian Bibby. Yeah. The other 2 was Mitch Hooper, who we know how incredible Mitch is when he's in form, and Andre Foytu. So to see him do that, he's looking really good in terms of having a shot at that. I think it's 221 area. Is it the British record?
I mean, I think probably looking at 221 is the record. I think that's Luke Stoltman.
Yeah,
correct us if we're wrong. So we'll try and put another kilo on that, certainly.
So that would be really cool to see that go. Definitely. And then I've got Mateusz Kieliszkowski. I've just started working with him. He's an interesting character because so much talent with this guy. And I've had long chats with him because I still believe he can be a great athlete. And a lot of it with him is the mental belief. Yeah. And, you know, we start working together and it's really building towards next year. This is a good stepping stone to see where he's at. But it is more than anything trying to rebuild Mateusz.
I sort of feel like the Giants Live shows suit him. I mean, I think he's won 3. Yeah. And this year he's done very well, let's be honest.
Yeah. And his training's starting to look better. He's starting to believe in himself a bit more. And that's a big thing. It's amazing. Like, I've been friends with Mateusz for a long time. And all of us know how incredible he is. Yeah. But it's amazing how he lacks self-confidence.
He's done a lot, hasn't he? You know.
Yeah, I mean, I look at him.
At World's Strongest Man, he came second, I think, at World.
He's been second in every major competition. He's probably one of the few guys that's, we'll all sit there and he's a guy that should have been a major winner.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said he's one of the. You could argue and say he's the best strongman to not win almost, and he's done so well in so many major shows. That it's almost like crazy that he hasn't.
It's a bit like a Derek Poundstone. I always thought that of Derek. He never quite won it, but got close a few times.
But he's not even an old man either, is he? He's still quite a young guy.
He's just gone through a lot. He's had a lot of injuries, a lot of setbacks. And you as well as myself know, and all 3 of us know, how you can get affected mentally from those things. So
you're worried about injury.
That's the big thing with him, is trying to work past that. And I'm hoping we can just use this as a stepping stone to seeing him back to his best for next year.
Well, he's got good events.
The really good events.
There's no deadlift
as well. Yeah. I mean, so he'll be licking his lips.
And at Europe's Strongest Man, the last log on the log medley, which I think was 180, Viper pressed it. Yeah. And that was like, wow, I've never ever seen anyone do a log medley like that.
Yeah. I've always felt with Mateusz though, and actually it's great that he's working with you, because I've always felt like he's got all the strengths to be a good deadlifter. It just doesn't seem to have ever clicked for some reason.
Yeah, it's quite interesting when you kind of start talking to him and get into his mindset and start kind of making him realise, like he's like, oh, there's no deadlift in this comp, so I'm not going to deadlift for the next few weeks. I was like, Mateusz, we need to deadlift.
Yeah.
It's like, not necessarily heavy, but we need to spend the time working now so that in 6 months or a year's time we see that progress. It's making him understand that a little bit. But
I think you're at strongest man. I thought his deadlift was actually really good.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And he missed the last rep, if I remember rightly. And if he'd have got it, it'd have put him sort of up in the top 5 in deadlift in that particular show, which...
I don't know how you guys find it, but I think some athletes are so talented that they don't necessarily have to work at things that hard.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of things for him, things came very naturally.
Yeah.
Whereas the deadlift hasn't.
No.
And I think that's an event he's going to have to be consistent with.
Yeah.
For me, it was pressing. Pressing didn't come naturally. I had to work really, really hard at my pressing. So I almost worked even harder on that to get good at it. And, you know, you see guys like Jack come in and press, and it makes me think, Jesus. But I got to a good level by being consistent.
Yeah.
And it takes time.
Of course it does, yeah.
And I think he just needs to realise, okay, I'm going to have to put consistent work in.
And also the thing you're not good at, you know, I'm pretty sure you just don't enjoy it as much.
Yes, very much
Simple as
so.
that.
So we're working with him on that. And then I've got Evans Nana as well, who you've got staying up here at the moment.
Yeah.
He's a great character. He's
He's getting his hands
athlete.
on the kit, and he's nice to have around, and I think he's getting more confidence by feeling the kit. He's done a few Giants lives now, never done badly, never podium, but always done sort of pretty good, and I think he's definitely stronger now.
Definitely stronger. He's had a lot of competitions.
Yeah, that's the problem.
More than I'd like him to do.
Yeah.
But we did a lot of competitions, and I think in some ways it can act advantageously. You can kind of get good experience. You learn to cope with different situations, cope with different kit. But sometimes with him it is just like, right, these are what I want you to focus. Let's look at these as your big targets.
Yeah.
Not necessarily do some of these comps as good training sessions.
I did a couple of bits with him a couple of days ago. I was down here just helping him with a few little things. Thing with Evans is he's quick, he's strong. You know, he's got all the tools to do really well, especially in this show, I think. I mean, he probably would have liked to deadlift, but the wrecking ball hole, he's going to be really good. The thing was, I was watching him doing like the loading and the drags and things like that. It's just tiny little things he just needs to like brush up on. Once he gets them sorted, because he moves really well, his conditioning's good. So I think he could do really well in this show. And I think him being here, just having a little bit of a play around with the kit, just practicing a few little things, getting that experience, I think is going to be really good for him.
Definitely. He was telling me, he was talking to you and you were giving him some tips, and that's what he needs.
Yeah.
Guys like yourself that have been there before. He almost can listen to too many people.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and it can kind of distract you. But getting him focused on the right people to listen to is important.
It's amazing when you, like some of the new guys that are coming through, the stuff that we found obvious, like they haven't worked it out yet. So it's just, I suppose it's a matter of we did it for a lot of years, so it's nice to pass a bit of knowledge down, I suppose.
Yeah.
But the couple of things that he's learned are fairly obvious, but he hasn't been around strongman enough to learn those things. It's obvious to us because we've competed for years, but it's like anything, if you know it, don't you?
Yeah.
And I guess it was a different time. We had to learn ourselves, whereas now there's a lot of coaches and people and videos and everything. You can kind of find everything online. But sometimes just getting stuck in and figuring out the best way for you is the best way.
I don't always think that everyone necessarily needs a coach, but I think someone like Evans does.
Yeah.
Really, because he's just got that raw power, and I think that he's just putting it together with the right program, which obviously you're doing. So we'll see how good your coaching is.
Well,
a couple of weeks time.
I love Evan. He is such a nice. It doesn't matter where he goes. He's very likable.
Yeah, everyone likes him. Yeah.
He's hard work to coach. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Because he's such a energetic. He's like an Energizer bunny, and our program for him. And he'll do his program, but then he does extra. And he wants to always do extra. And I'm like trying to Evans, you don't need to do extra.
It's not always
you need
more,
to
is
do
it?
less sometimes to get the most out of him. But he's got that mentality. He doesn't want to be outworked. He wants to put the effort in. And I respect that. But I sometimes feel like I've got to put a leash on him and just hold him back.
I can see that. He's got a lot of energy, which is good in some ways, but sometimes you need to rest and recover and everything like that. So going down the lineup, Andre Fortu, he is obviously a massive log presser. What's his max log? I think he's done 215, 220, has he? In training?
I've seen him do some massive numbers. I know last year he did 210. Just recently saw him at the Strongest Man on Earth. I think he just did 210 stupidly easily in the gym. Very, very good log press.
So that'll be interesting. Obviously, he's doing the full show, and I think everyone's seeing his training coming together. He's sort of coming of age, if you like. He's only in his early 20s.
Still very young.
Yeah. So, I think every year he's going to improve, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes.
He's a super talent as well. I think every show I've seen him, obviously we knew his log's always been good. Since I first saw him, I think he had the junior record maybe, at OSG Europe.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago now, I believe. So we've always known he's a good log presser, but I think every show you see the improvements on all the other events.
Definitely.
I mean, he's like a good, solid strongman on everything now.
He's finalist at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
He's improved tremendously. I'd say probably the one weakness I've seen from him this year is still Atlas stones.
I was just about to say that his stones are I wouldn't say he's weaker than, but he's average, and the problem is with that sort of lineup, you're going to get left behind.
And saying someone's average in strongman is because you put him in a slightly lower level competition and he'll destroy everyone. But it is when you're at that high level show.
That's it.
You can't afford to have an event where you're not sort of mid-table or higher.
Yeah. So working our way down this list, we've got Tim Buck, who's qualified through OSG. I believe he came third. Mm-hmm. We put him into this show specifically because he's quite a good log presser. So obviously the top 3 get put into a Giants Live. We've had the other 2, one being Bryce Johnson that just went to Birmingham and Podium. So this is Tim Buck's sort of Giants Live chance now. And all I hear is good things about him, to be fair.
I saw him do a few things out of World's Strongest Man, obviously behind the scenes, because he was the reserve at World's Strongest Man, but was testing a lot of events, and he looks good.
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy, big unit. He looks impressive, and I think it's nice. It's so great that we've got all these top-level athletes coming into these shows. You know, they're because of the OSG route, they're already established. They're already great strongmen. It's not like they need that time to I mean, they do still need a little bit to build into it, but he could come in and potentially come top 3 in his first show.
Like Bryce Johnson, his first Giants Live. I mean, obviously we took him to Worlds, which he did great there, but then actually the prize of coming second at OSG was to come to Birmingham. And I think Tim Buck, the thing is, with these guys and Bryce Johnson, they've had all that time to train for it. Like, he knew about this, that he was doing this show, after OSG, so he's had most of the year to get ready for it. So I'm quite excited to see what he does,
We've not been disappointed with any of the guys coming through OSG. I personally think you come top 10 at OSG, you're a great strongman. And the only thing I'll say, you kind of touched on it there, it's just then getting that experience of different types of comps. Because with Bryce, at World's Strongest Man wasn't so good for him. But the fact that he went there, since then, he's just kind of flown up, and I think they do need that experience.
Well, you get a taste for it, don't they, as well? And I think Bryce realises now, actually, he's good. He can be one of those
Bryce
guys.
Is unbelievable. And I think Tim, he came third at OSG. Okay, that was behind Bryce and Nick Guardione. We know how good those guys are.
Nick's done brilliantly.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how Tim does. I think it's going to be a good show for him.
So we've already talked about Mateus. So let's be honest, Mateus everyone expects him to be on the podium there. He's on form. So we'll then skip to Luke Stoltman, which is obviously going to be a big fan favourite in Scotland. Looking solid at the minute. Obviously got a max log in there, which is brilliant for him.
I think it's a great comp for Luke. You've got no deadlift in there. Deadlift is one of his weaker events. Although it's improved a lot, don't get me wrong, you take a deadlift out, I think Luke's looking at a comp thinking, I can't win this.
I think I can't see Luke not being on the podium.
Same.
Without a deadlift. And like I say, it's not that Luke's a bad deadlifter. It's just you stick him in the World Deadlift Championships and they're all monsters. How are we saying 420 is a bad deadlift nowadays? It's not, is it? But it's all relative when people are doing 510 and things like that.
That's exactly it. You kind of replace the deadlift with any of these events we've got in this competition. He's going to score good points. So he has to be one of the favourites.
Definitely. And also what I've seen with Luke as he's got older, he's faster.
Yeah.
He's obviously got a new coach. He's working with the MST guys. And whatever they're doing with him, he's definitely faster, which makes no sense when you get to 40 and you're getting faster. So fair play to him.
Physically, he's looking better.
Yeah,
he's taking care of his nutrition. He's working hard on his conditioning. He's had a great year. Britain's Strongest Man, made the final of Worlds. He's doing well.
Yeah.
There's one thing with Luke, isn't it? He's always at World's Strongest Man. I know he's not won it or been near the top, but he always makes the final. He's one of them guys. He's kind of like I was.
8 or 9 years.
Might not be the best, but always makes the final. Yeah. He's solid, real good
100%.
strongman. Luke's very good. But the thing that with the conditioning side of it with him, it's like the improvement's been dramatic.
That's why I think this is going to suit him.
Yeah.
Because he can always do a good stone run. You never see Luke doing a bad stone run. I'm excited to see Luke there. And obviously, he's in Scotland as well, so
the crowd's going to be going crazy.
Got everything going for him. Plus, probably one of the most experienced athletes on the lineup as well.
Yeah, that's the good thing about age. You get experience. Well, you're meant to get experience. So we've got Evans Nana. Again, we've just said looking stronger. doing a bit of training on the kit, which always helps, which obviously everyone's invited to do that, whether they choose to take that up or not. But, yeah, I mean, Evans, Nana just seems to be slowly improving. He's never done bad at a Giants Live.
No.
So, yeah, that'll be...
I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. And I think the crowd are going to love him. I mean, I know he's competed before, but he's set his sights on making sure he qualifies for World's Strongest Man. He wants to be top 3. And, you know, he spent time with you. We've seen him today. He's got some good events.
Yes, yeah. I wouldn't be shocked if he's on the podium.
Me neither. I mean, he's got all the talent there, isn't he? He's, and the thing is, the crowd will love him because he's got so much energy and he's a fan favourite. But I think with those events, because of his speed, he's very quick, he's very athletic. I think this could be a great show for him. He wasn't that far off the podium last year. I think he was 5th, wasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, I think he was 5th. Yeah, and it was a hard lineup as well.
Yeah. So this year, I mean, I'm looking at the lineup and thinking, I couldn't call the top 3. It's going to be a real battle. No,
it's very even sort of plateau. So, I mean, another one you can't count out ever. I know he's had a couple of injuries with Maxime Baudreau.
Yeah.
He's, always up there, isn't he? I don't know what he's done recently. The Shaw Classic, I don't know.
He was the strongest man on earth, yeah.
And look, there's events that he has big gaping weaknesses. But he has some incredible strengths as well. And he's very much like, he knows what he's not good at. And when he's not good at, you don't see him try sometimes.
Am I right in thinking he's not the massive deadlifter, is he?
No, he's not. So
again, suits him.
I think this comp, he'll be looking at thinking, I can do really well.
Yeah, because he's a good log presser, isn't he?
Really
Great
good.
log presser. He's decent at, very good stone lifter actually, and good at the moving type of events.
Right. Okay.
Good grip too. So he's going to be looking at these thinking, I can come and, I can do some damage. We've seen him on Giants Live podiums before. You've taken out the deadlift, and this is a unique comp. Like, it's probably one of the first Giants Lives I think we've seen without a deadlift.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought, why not put a couple of running about events in there? You've still got a max event. The stones are heavy. The wrecking ball is heavy. I mean, people think, it's just a hold event. When you speak to the guys that have done it, they find it harder than a deadlift for reps.
I think it's more brutal on your whole body.
Yeah.
It's not maybe quite as much about grip as people think.
It's definitely
I think it's about mental toughness and then just your physical ability to cope with discomfort.
Well, when you compare it to like a Hercules hold, when you're doing that, you kind of, once your grip goes, it goes. And the only thing that really feels tired afterwards is your hands and your forearms. Maybe a little bit through your chest and shoulders, but it's not that much. This, everyone tells me, it's all like glutes, lower back. Yeah. They're the things that hurt the most, and you're absolutely ruined afterwards.
It kills you, and you think it's about grip. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it for a fairly short amount of time, and like you get hold of it, and it's not your grip that goes.
No.
It's your body just wants to literally collapse down. So it's your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, all your core. And you see people shaking. The problem is with that, like you just touched on, because there's so many things that are involved, you can hold on a bit longer.
Yeah.
Whereas Hercules hold, it's like, it hurts and it's gone. You let go of it. Whereas this, you're slowly like shrinking down.
Yeah, and fighting it. Well, you would be fighting to stand upright with your glutes, wouldn't you? So they'd get absolutely fired.
It's a great. I mean, obviously people hate it as in like to do it, but it is a great event, and it is a true like. I know it sounds bad. How big are your balls event? You know what I mean?
It's one of those you have to be mentally tough.
Yeah.
And
that's why Novikos got the world record.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Well, and the thing is, the sport's strongman at the end of the day, isn't it? I mean, it's not just about being physically strong. You need to be mentally strong too, and that kind of is one of those events that shows who is.
Definitely. So the next one, I might get Terry to say it because I was getting it wrong. Oleg Pipliak.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's right.
Okay.
So this guy came to the European Championships, OSG. And he did great. He won it, and he just reminded me of like the second coming of a Novikov.
They've just got that tough upbringing, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're just mentally tough competitors.
They tell me he's a good log presser.
I'm looking forward to seeing him because I don't have all that much information to go off. Obviously, I saw his results from OSG Europe.
He was good at OSG, OSG Europe. He was really good.
Yeah,
I was impressed. I was like, he's going to be another one that's going to step into a Giants Live and be amazing.
He's not that big. He just looks so ballsy.
Yeah,
and also, if you look at his sort of stuff on Instagram and Facebook, his log press looks insane.
Yeah,
like he's well over 200 kilos easily in training. So
we could have a really large amount of athletes go over 200 kilos in this log lift.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're going to do 2 platforms like we did with the deadlift. So it's where we do the cut-off point where it goes down to 1. And I was going to do it at 2, so it goes down to 1 platform after 200 kilos. I'm looking at it thinking, who's not going to do 200 kilos?
Well, there's probably not many on there that haven't done 200 kilos, at least at some point.
We know it's a lot different when it's not in your own gym as well. We know that, you know. So we've got Andrew Flynn having a great year, good at everything, really.
Yeah.
What's his log like?
Probably weaker in this lineup because we've got so many great log lifters.
He'll be great at all the medleys, won't he?
Yeah, I think he's a fast, fit athlete.
Yeah.
The thing with Andrew Flynn is, I always say this, he's one of these guys, you watch him compete and it's like, he doesn't do anything that makes you go, wow. But he just does lots of things that you're like, that was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Pretty close
and he's near the top.
Yeah.
I remember talking to one of the guys out of World's Strongest Man, and I won't name him, but almost like, not saying that Andrew wasn't a great athlete, just saying, he might be a little bit out of his depth. And I was like, trust me, when it comes to the end of this heats, he's going to be there or thereabouts. And he was.
Definitely. I've never seen him do bad.
No, he just sneaks up on you, and he's consistently up there.
And he's been competing for a long time.
Yeah.
I think he always seems to get a little bit better.
Yeah. And I think that's the pressure of the bigger shows as well. He stepped up to it. And also, I think, obviously, Andrew Flynn's good at running about, and I put that down to him sort of coming up with Paddy, because all these shows that he's done for me, he's had Paddy to deal with.
Yeah.
And Paddy's just, got this athleticism that is unbelievable, and I think, because those two sort of came up together as the new guys, I think he's had to keep up with him.
Yeah. Oh, he's very good.
So James Jeffers, he's just done Canada's Strongest Man. He definitely podium there. I can't remember the exact place, but he podium there.
Second.
I think it was second.
He's definitely been second in the past, right?
Yeah. Again, everyone says that he's absolutely brilliant. Don't know a massive amount about him, but I know the sort of stats speak for themselves that he's
done well in Canada, and if you're doing well in Canada, you are a good strongman, because JF runs the Canadian strongman scene. JF is just a sadistic man.
Yeah.
He puts such brutal events in that these guys, when they get to the international level, they are ready. So I'm looking forward to seeing how
it's a bit like that, the UK's come on a long way through the amount of shows that are on, from amateur right through to professional. So there's that sort of course to get through to be at the big shows. I think Jeff is doing that in Canada. He's really keeping all the different levels going, and that's where you get people coming through.
Yeah, you feed it through the system, and like I said, Jeff puts heavy comps on as well. So
they are tough.
They're all strong guys.
It's always there's a thing in there that they've always got good grips, and they're always good at throwing events, like the Canadians. Always, they're all good at throwing events, and they've all got great grips, because I think they just get those sort of events where they're really tested. But if you think, I know Mitch doesn't do a lot of the Canadian competitions, but you got Tristan Hoth, Wes Dewinski, Maxime Boudreau, the twins as well.
Rams,
yeah, the Rams. The World's Strongest Man finalist, one of them a few years ago. There's some quality athletes in Canada.
You take the top 5 of that, and they're all almost at World's Strongest Man, or have been at World's Strongest Man final level.
Yeah.
We've got Big Gav, who's done really well this year. He's broke the Welsh log press record. I think it was 187.
You do that just at World's Strongest Man.
Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
And then he broke the Welsh deadlift record at Birmingham. Did a 440. So he's obviously on form.
Yeah.
Do the moving events suit Gav? The drag might do, because he's heavy. He's lighter than he was. He finished the medley pretty well in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I thought he did well in Birmingham.
Yeah.
I thought it was good to see him back. He looked like he
solid,
was enjoying it again. I think sometimes with Gav, and I love Gav, but sometimes it looked like he didn't want to be there. And I think having that little break has been good for him.
Yeah.
Made him hungry, made him go away and work hard.
He needed the break as well, didn't he? He was sort of in that realm of taking comps on short notice, just constantly competing. It's sometimes you've got to sort of, to make improvements. Yeah. If you keep just flogging a dead horse and keep going and going, you can still compete. But if you want to make those improvements, Gav, I've always believed could be a finalist at World's Strongest Man. He's got that ability. But sometimes you need to take one step back to take 2 forwards. And I felt like him having that break has helped him do that.
Seems to be definitely on better form.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to seeing him at Britain's as well. I think he's going to do well at Britain's.
I think Gav would have a good shot of breaking the Welsh record again.
Getting a 190. I was thinking that. As you said that to him, I sent him a message saying 190, and he's like, yes, definitely.
I don't actually think the overall events are the best for him, But that would be, if I was Gav, I'd be coming to try and break that record.
And I think he can. 3 kilos more than he's already done with all that crowd. So we've invited Callum Crozier, which has just won Scotland's Strongest Man, former 105 competitor. Now, I don't think he's going to do very well at the log, and I think he knows that. But I think the moving events, he's going to be good because he's fit as hell.
Quite a good athlete.
Yeah, I've been fortunate to referee him a few times. He actually sent me a picture the other day of me meeting him at London's Strongest Man at Genesis Gym in 2014. I think he was like an under 90 kilo guy then. But I've refed him a few times at a few shows, and he's impressive. He's good. And like we said, the log press maybe not the best event. He'll be very good at the medleys. I'd imagine he's got that sort of real determination. He'll probably be good at the wrecking ball, and his stones are decent as well. So. It's a great show for him to come into and get his first Giants Live.
He's only had a couple of weeks' notice. Obviously, he's just won Scotland's Strongest Man, but I think people will forgive him for that. But if he can come in and do well in a few events, I think that's a good result for him.
Yeah. I think he'll do all right. I think this is probably the best first Giants Live for him, and he's probably been knocking on the door for a while with Britain's Strongest Man. He's of that level, where he could be in now. This one coming in with the loading medleys, the carry and drag, the wrecking ball hold, the stones, and it's in Scotland as well, which obviously helps. Having some home support and stuff. I think we could see a great show from him.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head, and both of you, just the events are almost perfect for him. Take the log out of there. Yeah. Exactly what he would want to have his first big experience of an international.
Well, and the thing is, once he dips his toe in that water for the first time, he's only going to get better. Well, I always say, athletes, you see them, when they get that opportunity, they sink or swim.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll see what he's made of after this one.
The Strongman's very much like that. We've got so many comps throughout the year, not just Giants Lives, but all the comps throughout the world, and they are slightly different. And there are different athletes that excel at different types of shows as well. So I think for Callum, it's a perfect show for him to step into this type of level of contest.
So we've got Ryan Bennett. He's been reserve. So he stepped in. Obviously, Tom's not doing the full show. He's coming to do a log, which is great. If he can come and hopefully get a PB log. I think Tom's done like 210 before.
Yeah, his log's underrated.
Yeah. Everyone talks about Luke being the big log presser, and
there's not much between them, is there?
No, definitely not. So Ryan Bennett is a brilliant log presser, and the reason I've invited him is just because he was the top placed Brit at OSG and the top placed Brit at the Europeans. And I think he's in the system and he's having a go, you know what I mean? He always does well.
Yeah.
So, we've got this qualifying system, and I thought, let's make sure we go down the rankings of that.
I think it's good to do because it gives people the reassurance that that's where I need to be going if I want to get seen.
You don't necessarily have to win something. If a place comes up, we do go down the line a little bit. And he's just been so consistent.
Ryan's solid. And I think, again, talking about the event, he's a very good log lifter, as you said. I think we've seen him do 190 or 200 when he's been up.
He's around the 200 mark, yeah.
Solid grip on him, moves well. Yeah. So, I think it'd be good. Good stone lifter.
Big opportunity for him. He's a nice guy as well, you know what I mean?
He's lovely.
Yeah. So we've got Tom hopefully doing a guest log appearance. Obviously he's injured, but he thinks he can still do a log.
And you said, Tom's log is massively underrated.
Yeah.
He sort
of grinds it out, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. I've seen him do 210 on this particular log, but I've seen him beat Luke on log in other shows before.
That's it.
He's up there for sure.
I'm always amazed with Tom when I watch him log press at how flexible and how mobile his shoulders are for such a huge man. I'm like, stiff as anything, and he's just he's so flexible. He moves so well.
His mobility is brilliant.
Yeah, that was amazed me with Tom. I've never seen someone do before. Is when he does an axle, how he cleans it. He just sort of brings it up and touches it, and then off again. It's like it's so strong.
Yeah, he's
people usually they get to here and then they sort of change the grip, whereas he just bounces it off his chest and up. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, and having him there in Scotland, obviously Tom's always a fan favourite anywhere you go, but even more so in Scotland, and it's great to have him there, and I'm sure
I always think that
we're all going to appreciate it as well as the fans.
Well, the crowd in Glasgow is always one of my favourites.
Me too.
I think they are.
It's a great arena as well, actually.
Yeah.
Nice area. That part of Glasgow is lovely. It's all been sort of redone. There's nice restaurants and shops and everything.
Yeah, it's good.
Ice cream shop that's open till 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I think that's definitely, the athletes definitely like that, the big ice cream shop there. People love that. But, so, yeah, there's still a few tickets left, and obviously it's on the official Strongman live stream for the guys that want to watch it.
You'll get to listen to me, Loz, and Nicola, I'm sure, on the live stream. So,
treat for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. But it's it's going to be a fantastic show. Glasgow never lets us down, does it? And obviously we've got a lot of Scottish entrants as well, plus a couple of English as well. So full British. Oh, and a Welsh as well. So we're fully British covered. It's going to be a great show.
It's a very different lineup.
Yeah,
very different. A lot of new names.
Definitely, yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people out there and give people chances. And I do think that we could all pick a top 3 here and all get it wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking at that list in front of us right now, and we said through the whole podcast, we said this guy could come top 3, this guy could come top 3, this guy could come, and we said it almost about everyone. But it's so true. It is a very wide open competition. I would say Luke Stoltman is probably my favourite.
That's the one that's popping out to me as well.
I think he's looked good all year. He's going to have the home crowd. He's a great log lifter. He moves well. He's fit. There's no deadlift in there. I think he would be my favourite.
I'm saying Luke for favourite, or maybe Kiliszkowski.
I'd love to see Kiliszkowski back to his best. I do think he needs a little bit more time, but I hope he can kind of get on the podium and start showing what he's capable of. But after that, it could be absolutely anyone. I'm looking forward to seeing Ole because you've kind of mentioned how good he is.
Good.
And I think he's going to be exciting to watch. I'm interested in Maxime. This type of competition really suits him. One of the hard... every competition has been hard to predict. I don't think anyone's getting the top...
No.
Giants Live have their
sweepstake.
And no one's ever winning these days.
Yeah,
it's obviously no money involved.
If anyone wins it off this one, I'll be impressed.
Yeah, we should start a betting company, I think. Yeah. Brilliant.
Well, thanks for watching anyway. And obviously, like Darren said, still tickets available. Tune into the live stream if you can't make it to Glasgow. It's going to be a fantastic show.